Team Zek is here, and today we are going to be doing a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. So this isn't my deck, actually. This is my brother's deck. He's the other person on the channel, if you were curious. And he's had this deck box since like 2004, so it's like 18 years or so. It's very old. We're going to be using our Kaiba mat, which we got from like the Gold Edition 4. Got super messed up when we opened it. So let's get into it. Split up the deck. He's using the blue sleeves and the white extra deck. For, Blue Eyes White Dragon. So for the main deck, we'll go over that first. He runs 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. They are the CT13s. Very nice. Pretty much all Blue Eyes decks, standard, run 3 Blue Eyes. Then he runs 3 Blue Eyes alternate White Dragons. The gold ones, the first editions, Very nice as well. The card's pretty expensive these days. Even the gold one is. So then he runs 3 ultimate creatures. This card saves Blue Eyes. It destroys any monster that attacks Blue Eyes, and it can come right back. So it's a decent card to discard, and it comes back whenever you summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, or a card that's named Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is a lot, like alternative, right here. So we can save any Blue Eyes monster, and you can search it out with our good friend, Bingo Machine Go. This Bingo is actually for sale right now on eBay, on our eBay store. Go check it out. If you say you came from the video, we will give you a discount. We'll work with you. So, 3 ultimate creatures. And then, we run 2 Bingo Machine Go. When you run 3, it gets a little too clunky, because it is a once per turn effect. So, this card pretty much searches out any Blue Eyes monster, or any Blue Eyes, spell or trap that specifically lists Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon or Blue Eyes White Dragon. So, pretty good card. Again, you don't really want to run 3, but 2 is very good, and this card is actually very expensive. So, it's not a bad thing that you don't need to run 3 of it, because for people who are trying to play budget, it makes the deck affordable. Then we run 3 King of D. This card searches your Melody of Awakening Dragon by discarding a spell card, or your Dragon Revival Rhapsody. So then, like I said, we run 3 Melody of the Awakening Dragon. This card's like your big prime engine card. It adds 2 copies of Blue Eyes, or it adds 2 alternates to your hand, or you could add any monster with 3,000 or more attack, 2,500 or less defense to your hand. It can add 2 of those, so it's very good. And then we just run the 1 Dragon Revival Rhapsody. So that's it for like our, search cards off of King of D. Like how they did King of D, like Lord of D, but better. For our fusions, we run 1 King of the Swamp. We run a Polymerization. We got that LOB one. Look at that. Even though it's very old, this is actually the card we used when we were kids. May not be first edition, but it's probably not far off it. So pretty interesting. We went 1 Dragon's Mirror. So you'll get a lot of dragons in the graveyard. Might as well use them, right? Now this deck isn't the Chaos variant of the deck. I know a lot of people run like Chaos Dragon, like a lot of Chaos Max. But for this, we're just running 1 Chaos Max Dragon, and then we're just going to use the 1 Chaos Form. The main reason I think he's doing this is because with Bingo, you can search Chaos Form, and with Melody, you can search Chaos Max. And Chaos Max does the double piercing when it attacks defense position monster. So you could potentially almost OTK someone if they have a weak monster just sitting there on the field. So, and it's also a very, very powerful card. Can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Very, very powerful and strong. Now for our stones, we run 3 White Stone of the Ancients, and we run 1 White Stone of Legend. 2 White Stone of Legends can get a little too clunky, but 3 of the White Stone of the Ancients is very nice. It can summon a Dragon Spirit of the White, or a Solid Dragon. Solid Dragon negates monster effects. Spirit of the White negates well, not negates, but destroys monsters, destroys spell and traps, gets rid of them, banishes them. You know, very good cards. But this effect happens at the end phase. This effect happens immediately. So it's always good to have one Whitestone Legend. Then we run 3 trade-in. You're gonna have a lot of bricks in your hand, like a lot of blue eyes, a lot of alternate dragons, Chaos Max that you may not intend on summoning. You can discard them, draw 2 cards. It's pretty much a must. A lot of people run the dangers in here, like Danger Bigfoot. They like to do that, but we can't really fit them in here. So then we run 2 Dragon Shrine. 3 can kind of work, but sometimes you might draw 2 of them. In that case, it's a brick because it's a once per turn effect. This sends your dragons to the graveyard. Usually you can send like blue eyes, and then you can send like a stone to the graveyard, or you can just literally send just 1 stone to the graveyard. Very flexible, very good combo starter. Or turn ending card. And because this deck, I should say, is very linear, and there's not too many steps involved with getting cards on the field, Called by the Grave is a must. You will get hand trapped, and it could potentially end your turn. This card could literally save your entire turn by playing it. So we do run 2 of them, mainly because I only have 2. I didn't pull one. In the case of 2019 tins I opened, go figure, you pull a case. You open a case and don't pull a single Called by the Grave. Pretty crazy. But we are on 2 Return of the Dragon Lords. It's pretty much monster born with a effect from the graveyard. Saves your dragons even more. You know, keeping these monsters on the field is a must. Then we run a Twin Twisters. We already run a Spirit of the White in here, but we want to run a Twin Twisters because there might be some decks that use Mystic Mine, and in that case, you will not be able to use Spirit of the White's effect. So, Twin Twisters, always a good solid card. Then we run our Solid Dragon. Negates the monster's effects indefinitely, forever, and it can also shuffle itself back in the deck, recycling itself. So it's very good. And then the last card, we run the 1 First Edition Magic Roller Upstart Goblin. This card is quite mangled. So yeah, we run pretty much like a 39 card deck to keep it consistent. So that's it for the main deck. Now we're going to move on to the extra deck, and then we'll do the side deck. So for extra deck, or for his extra deck, I keep saying ours. This is his deck. He runs 2 Twin Bursts. Pretty much you just need 2 blue eyes on the field to summon this card from the extra deck. This card can attack monsters twice, and if it attacks a card with more, attack than it, it banishes that card. So it can be good for taking out cards like Apollousa, maybe, or other high attack monsters out there. I know when Dragoon comes out, this card will be very good because its effect isn't an activation; it's a lasting effect. Then we run 3 Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Now, with this card, you really want to run 3 of, because when you summon it, its effect says that if it's the only card on the field and you attack, you can attack again by sending more of these to the graveyard from your extra deck. So you can attack like 3 times with this card in 1 turn. Pretty much, if your opponent doesn't have anything or they have like 1 or 2 things, you can just OTK them. It's a really good OTK card. And also, when it's in the graveyard, you can prevent your opponent from targeting your Blue Eyes cards. So it becomes like a... What's that one card? Return of the Dragon Lords from the graveyard for the Blue Eyes cards. So, pretty darn good card if you can pull it off. But usually when you get 3 Blue Eyes, you want to summon the Big Daddy, the Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. Usually you will always be summoning this with Alternate Dragon, which means you can destroy 3 cards on the field every turn, or attack. So, there are times where you will be summoning more than 1 of these in a duel. Or summoning you can even summon up to 2 on 1 turn if you get a pretty lucky hand. So, this is a very good card. Then we run 2 of the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. This card is pretty much an Abyss Dweller. Once per turn, you can negate the activation of a card in the graveyard, destroy it. Then its other effect says, it's a quick effect, you can tribute this card and summon a monster from the a light dragon tuner from the extra deck, but it is destroyed during the end phase. So you can summon stuff like Azure Eyes, which protects your dragons from being targeted or destroyed. And also during your standby phase, you can summon a normal dragon from your graveyard. So you can summon things like Spirit of the White, Blue Eyes, and extend it into more combos. And then we run for our last synchro. We run a Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. There will be times where you have like a stone on the field and a Blue Eyes. You can use those both. A equals 9. Summon Trishula. You can take a card out of your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard. And if you have like something like Azure Eyes already on the field, you can then combo off, and you can make True King of all calamities. So this card probably doesn't need too much explanation. A lot of people play it. Very powerful. Stops, pretty much shuts down your opponent's entire deck. And then for the last couple extra deck cards here, we run Galaxy Ice Cipher and Full Armor Photon Dragon. So a little bit of a Galaxy package right there. And the very last card we have on our extra deck is Link Karibo. Basically, the whole point of having this card in the deck is you can send a stone on the field to the graveyard instantly, and then you can do the same thing the next turn if possible. And it also has a nice effect where it can stop your opponent's attack. So if you're getting attacked by like something like Tyranno Infinity in a Dino deck with like 8,000 attack, you can prevent yourself from being OTK'd. Or if you're versing another Blue Eyes deck and they're attacking you with Neos Blue Eyes, you can stop that too. And then for the side deck, we run, or he runs, I should say, one Dragon Spirit of the White, an additional one, to help get rid of more back row cards. One DD Crow. Now, we only own one DD Crow, but if we had more, I would probably put one or two more in here. I'd probably substitute them out for like Forbidden Chalice or like an Ash Blossom. DD Crow is very, very good. Banishes monsters from the graveyard, standard hand trap. Now, I do really suggest Effect Veiler. He runs 3 of them. Being able to stop your opponent from comboing off is pretty huge. Hand traps usually are a lot of wiggle room. It depends on who you verse. I know he versus Dark Magician and Dinos. That's what I play. So he's me playing cards like Ash Blossom a lot, negating my card's effects and to stop me from adding cards to my hand. So he runs 3 Ash Blossom. And then to continue with negating monster effects, he plays Forbidden Chalice. Doesn't need to worry about that 400 attack increase because his monsters are incredibly powerful. So he also runs 2 Waking the Dragon. Now this card, for those who may not know about Waking the Dragon, if this card is face down on your field and your opponent destroys it, banishes it, whatever, if it leaves the field pretty much, unless it goes back to your hand, I think, you can summon any monster. You can special summon a monster from your extra deck. So you can literally go right into a Neos Ultimate Dragon or a alternative Ultimate Dragon, which is actually really insane. Pretty much if your opponent gets rid of this card, they're going to lose the duel. And then we run 3 evenly matched. Very, very big card in the meta these days. Very expensive too. It's like $34 a pop. So pretty much banishes all your opponent's cards. It's very good at going second card if you're trying to, stun your opponent pretty much. And then the one Solemn Warning to stop a big monster summon. So that is it for the deck. Like I said, usually he duels Dark Magician and Dinos, so it's kind of set up a little bit for that, but I think it's pretty well diversed. Remember, check out our cards on eBay, our eBay store. Link will be in the description below. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. All the cards we open will be on our eBay store.
We'll put the link in the description. Make sure you guys follow us on our socials. Team Zekis on Instagram. We post a lot of daily content. And make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos.